In a realm shrouded in tradition and secrecy, nothing prepared the royal family for the storm brewing within their own bloodlines. A seemingly routine medical endeavor has detonated an explosive secret. Prince William's DNA test has unveiled a truth that might upend the very foundation of the British monarchy. As the implications unfold, the royal lineage hangs precariously in the balance. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. In today's Britain, the monarchy stands as both a revered institution and a subject of public scrutiny, holding a unique sway over the cultural heart of the nation. It is a relic of history, adapted for contemporary society, its members playing roles both symbolic and substantial. Yet, at its core remains a family, bound by traditions and legacies, their lives under constant global gaze. It was within this intricate tapestry that the seeds of upheaval were sown, seeds that would sprout during a seemingly benign visit to the royal medical team. The DNA test, requested under the guise of routine health monitoring, was meant to be nothing more than a precaution, a safeguard for understanding genetic predispositions. Yet, as the lab technicians scrutinized the results, alarm bells rang quietly but fiercely. The data told of an anomaly, a deviation so profound that it challenged the narrative meticulously crafted over centuries. The ramifications were immediate and seismic, suggesting a lineage that diverged from what history had recorded, casting doubt upon the very bloodline that sat upon the throne. Panic set in swiftly among the royal inner circle. Whispered conversations behind closed doors spoke of repercussions that could ripple through the very core of monarchy's existence. Trusted aides and advisors, those bound to secrecy by loyalty and duty, wrestled with the magnitude of the revelation, an earthquake within the hallowed halls of Buckingham Palace that demanded immediate but careful navigation. The revelation threatened not only royal continuity, but also the foundation of their public identity, an identity held dear by a nation. Amidst the silence and strategies, Prince William found himself at the eye of the storm. Emotional unrest brewed beneath his composed exterior, the truth challenging the very tenets of his existence. Here was a prince grappling not only with external expectations, but with an internal quest for identity, caught between the weight of duty and the personal search for truth. It was a moment of profound turbulence, as public persona and private reality clashed with unprecedented force. Within the royal circle, alliances were tested and loyalty scrutinized. Close confidants and influential figures emerged from the shadows, their agendas and allegiances cloaked in uncertainty. Some sought to shield the institution, others seized the moment to recalibrate power dynamics. The House of Windsor, a complex organism, now found itself at a crossroads, where every whispered word and furtive glance held potential to ignite or extinguish trust. Tension climbed as hidden factions saw daylight, each with stakes pinned on the unfolding drama. As whispers echoed through the corridors of Buckingham Palace, a web of deception, loyalty, and historical wrongs began to unravel, with stunning implications looming on the horizon. The echoes of the past carry secrets long buried, but no secret can remain hidden forever. As the shockwaves of Prince William's DNA results reverberate, the narrative threads of history weave a perplexing tapestry, revealing ancestors whose true stories demand uncovering. Braced against time itself, the palace delves deep into the archives to confront shocking ancestral truths. Historically, the royal family has stood as a bastion of stability, its lineage cloaked in a mythical purity that spoke of inviolable strength. Yet beneath this polished surface lay veils of intrigue that many had dared not to question until now. The exploration of dusty manuscripts and aging portraits leads to whispered revelations of hitherto unearthed ties, stretching the grand facade of bloodlines across the grand courts of Europe. The corridors of the palace echo with murmured questions as the realization dawns. In many ways, the family is not as insular as it seemed, their heritage intertwined with forgotten realms and complex kinships. Within the secluded heart of the palace, a select group of loyal staff is dispatched under utmost privacy to unravel these genealogical threads, their task singularly formidable: to measure the tarnish on the royal bloodline's credibility against the weight of discovery. They comb through the folds of bound accounts, fingers tracing the crumbling ink of forbidden correspondences, once clandestinely exchanged across hostile borders and perilous relationships long sealed away. Cache after cache uncovers intrigues once shielded from the prying eyes of sovereignty, many revealing dark liaisons and lost heirlooms whose origins may yet reshape the very foundation upon which the current reign rests. The unveiling grows no less personal when confronted by the physical realities of unlocked histories. Prince William, clasping in his hand fragile missives bearing ancestral seals, convenes with respected family historians, their faces marked by the gravity of revelations. What dawns is not just the recounting of chronicles long past, but a contemplation of the very essence of his identity, where bloodlines draw harsh lines between duty and discovery. An emotionally charged exchange ensues, discourse breaking into the possibility of altering public perception against the natural, almost primal, desire to embrace a newfound, if tumultuous, heritage. His heart, though heavy with the weight of these newfound truths, aches less for the potential scandal than for the honest embrace of who he is. A man standing on the brink of rewriting history, not just for himself. HCA, not just for himself, but for those of his lineage who had dared to love unfettered and beyond official confines. The air thickens with tension, the divide within the family, straining against the burden of history as each member grapples with the implications of a legacy peeled layer by layer to preserve the monarchy's unaffected visage against a world that hungrily devours imperfection, or to surrender, vulnerable, to the embrace of authenticity that this exposure offers. Unanimity becomes elusive, and the shadows of doubt stretch long. As layers of bygone eras fall away, the royal mantle seems poised for dramatic redefinition, yet not all family members approach this new reality with unity. Uncertainty permeates conversations amidst the laser focus on parental ties and inheritance, testing blood against bonds and forecasting storms that have yet to unfold. A nation, watching from the outside, holds its collective breath. Inward, the echoes of the past are no longer a whisper, but the thunderous pulse of change, urging open accounts and unshackled exploration of truth. Though unsettling and steeped in strain, the story promises that while the winds may rage, the heart of the monarchy still beats, resilient with the courage to face what emerges from deeper cracks of its own sound. Orried legacy. Should the crown be preserved at any cost, or is there room for profound change? Standing at the crossroads of heritage and truth, the Queen faces her most challenging decision yet. With the monarchy's legacy quivering on the edge of transformation, her wisdom and heart are tested beyond measure as she grapples with a world turned on its head. In the hushed confines of her private quarters, the Queen contemplates the path laid before her, a journey marked by duty's relentless call and her dynasty's whispering ghosts. Her eyes, mirrors to 1,000 stories, linger on the reflections of gilt-edged portraits, reminders of those who bore the weight before her. Each stroke of paint echoes the burden she shoulders, intertwining her past, present, and the looming future. She recalls the grandeur of her coronation, an overwhelming flood of silk and sovereignty, the symphony of vows and veils. That moment, gloriously triumphant yet daunting, brought the realization of her own mortality within the unyielding chain of royal legacy. In these uncertain times, solitude is elusive. Courtiers and advisors murmur like shadows, their loyalty mingling with personal ambitions, a tapestry of trust and fragility. Every conversation is a balancing act on the edge of intention and consequence, as each advisor presents a prism of solutions, threading unity while threading the court's dynamics. Years of diplomacy taught the Queen to listen with unwavering calm, yet beneath the surface, her mind dances with questions unanswered, futures unseen. Amongst this fold, Prince William, with the sincerity of youth, tempered by the gravity of responsibility, steps forward. Their conversations are a delicate dance of candor and restraint, generational lenses revealing both the divides and bridges of their values. He embodies the hopeful vigor of a world reimagined, yet his roots in the fab, rick of tradition, are undeniable. They speak of changes, of preserving the essence while shedding antiquated graces, a dilemma that ignites the unspoken alignment of their aspirations with an innate hesitance. Beyond palace walls the storm brews. A cacophony of media, eager with both truth and turmoil, stalk their every move. Public perception, once a mere accompaniment to the monarchy's tune, now demands center stage. Each headline and whisper amplifies the challenges she faces, as the royal staff grapples with whispers evolving into a media tempest, a force mighty enough to sway nations. The Queen weighs these currents of uncertainty with measured contemplation, knowing well that her next decree could pivot the tide of both public opinion and the monarchy's very identity. Even as dusk slips into night, the burning question persists. Can the monarchy maintain its sacred honor in an era ravenous for change? The decision she makes will ripple across generations. It is here, amid shadowed thoughts and fervent hearts, that the Queen must decide whether to lead with the heavy hand of preservation or the soft fingers of transformation. The choice is hers alone, yet its consequences belong to history. As the Queen weighs her choices, the strength of royal bearings faces internal dissent, setting the stage for an eruption of simmering tensions. Trust falters and alliances splinter within the palace walls, as conflicting desires pull the royal family in myriad directions. Each member, wrestling with their conscience, reveals fractures in the hitherto seamless facade. In a landscape ripe with discord, unity gives way to factional turmoil, as the secrets unveiled threaten to dismantle royal solidarity for good. Deep within the gilded halls where silence once ruled supreme, whispers now carry the weight of the world. The halls, imbued with tradition yet wrapped in the urgency left change turn into battlegrounds of ideology. The sovereigns, bound by blood, yet divided by ambition, grapple with the age-old battle of tradition versus modernity. Such a clash, though inevitable, comes not without pain. For some, the lure of innovation is too potent to resist, yet for others, a fierce and fiery need to uphold the sacred rituals of old persists. The opulence that once masked these sentiments slowly corrodes, revealing raw and palpable tension, setting sibling against sibling in a drama far too personal to remain concealed for long. Inside these lavish chambers, influential figures pull at threads of influence, subtly nudging the narrative's course, as if orchestrating a grand symphony, even if dissonance now dominates the score. The most trusted advisors are caught in the crossfire, their allegiances questioned, their loyalty an enigma that compounds the king's burdens. Siblings and cousins, once steadfast allies, find themselves embroiled in heated debates, teetering on the precipice of a divide that years of camaraderie had kept at bay. Preservation and revelation stand at odds, each side convinced of its righteousness, each argument a blow to the already fragile family unity. Love becomes a weapon, secrecy its blade, and the once solid foundation of kinship crumbles beneath the weight of lies uncovered and truths too painful to acknowledge. As dusk settles over the royal fortress, the tension among its walls spills beyond the regal confines, seeping into the streets where public enthusiasts and critics eagerly await the next act in this unfolding tragedy. Outside the palace gates, a growing chorus of voices rises and falls in fervor, their narratives sculpting the monarchy's image in real time. In the eyes of commoners and courtiers alike, the royal family's lavish guise is less an emblem of divine right and more a spectacle of imminent ruin. Each misstep, each whispered rumor becomes fodder for the public's imagination, their curious, critical eyes gleefully tuned to any hint of weakness that might fulfill their fantasies of a dynasty brought low. Amidst this turmoil, each royal harbors their personal stakes and fears, hearts laden with the weight of endless expectations and dreams. Some cling to inklings of hope, while others are overtaken by dread, a kaleidoscope of emotions hidden behind carefully crafted masks. Yet beneath this regal masquerade lies a tumultuous sea of doubt and desire, each wave threatening to engulf the last vestiges of unity. There, in that fragile balance between public perception and private reality, the palace stands poised on the edge of illumination and collapse. As familial rifts deepen, external forces gather ammunition against the monarchy, their newfound advantage setting the stage for public outcry and rebellion. In an era where information spreads like wildfire, nothing remains solely within palace confines. As the news of the explosive DNA results seeps beyond the palace boundaries, the press's merciless gaze descends. Spin, scandal, and speculation reign, forcing the royals to confront an unfamiliar, yet all too potent force: public opinion. The valleys and peaks of human curiosity morph into an unyielding wave as reporters lurk in the shadows, their pens like daggers, each drop of ink poised to strike at the very heart of the monarchy. No stone is left unturned as the media dissects the unfolding drama, each article and broadcast feeding the voracious public appetite for knowledge. Here lies a tale too mesmerizing to be ignored, a saga of bloodlines and betrayals, now played out on the global stage, where every whisper is amplified beyond its intent. Unprecedented public interest casts the royal family not merely as heritage, but as performers thrust into an unforgiving spotlight, with the kind of fervor reserved only for tragedies and triumphs both. This unprecedented upheaval has captured the collective imagination. Crowds gather, their faces canvassed by curiosity and controversy. Beyond the palace gates, debates rage on as society splits along lines defined by their faith or skepticism in the royal institution. Loyalists rally, unfurling banners and chanting in support, while others, with voices hoed by frustration and yearning for truth, call for reform and transparency. Amidst this charged atmosphere, experts step into the fray. Historians lend insight, their analyses cutting through the din with perspectives rooted deep in the annals of monarchy. They speak of precedents, of consequences that have, in times of crisis, reshaped nations. Enter the modern-day influencers, those savvy navigators of digital waters, who instantly dissect and disseminate the grand spectacle for loyal followers. They pontificate on implications, weighing the balance between preserving tradition and embracing the inevitable march of progress, each word dripping with the weight of their perceived authority. Social media, that double-edged sword of connectivity and chaos, swells with voices, a cacophony that knows neither restraint nor boundaries. Here, every opinion is unshackled, liberated into the ether, the support and criticism merging into a dizzying symphony that refuses to be ignored. It is here that the royals find no refuge, their every move scrutinized, analyzed, and judged by a public both distant and intimately close through the screens that bind them. In the eye of this storm stands Prince William, the embodiment of the royal paradox, both emblematic and vulnerable. The emotional impact is immense, a seismic shift that shakes not just the foundations of the monarchy, but the very walls of his soul. The resolute expression he's known for, tested as never before, is every gesture weighed down by the dramatic irony of a fate he never authored. His family rallies around him, their unity a fragile shield against the formidable force of public curiosity and criticism. They endure, yet the strain shows, the world watching their every tear and smile for signs of fracture. The once sacrosanct bubble of royal privacy has burst, paving the way for a reckoning between the monarchy and its subjects that could alter the public's royal expectations permanently. The age-old institution finds itself on the precipice of redefining its identity amidst the echoes of past and future, a decision not just for the halls of nobility, but for the village hearths and bustling cities alike. As anticipation brews for what lies beyond the horizon, the era unfolds, poised on the brink of transformation, its ripples felt in the hearts of those who now bear witness. Amidst the fervent storm of revelations and reactions, internal truths must be confronted head-on. As Prince William stands at the epicenter of the royal turmoil, his resolve to face the truth cements his pivotal role in the monarchy's future. This is not merely his tale, but a moment when the embodiment of royal dignity seeks redemption in authenticity. In the dimly lit corridors of the palace, where whispers carry secrets long buried, William finds himself standing at a crossroads. His heart is heavy with knowledge that could shatter or save the very fabric of his lineage. He feels the weight of past monarchs, those whose shadows linger in portraits on walls he's known since childhood. Determination courses through him, steadfast and unyielding, as he vows to embrace a truth that others might shy away from, a truth that demands examination, scrutiny, and courage beyond mere duty. With the world watching, he withdraws into moments of quietude, moments where the noise of expectation gives way to raw introspection. In conversations with trusted allies, those rare souls in his orbit who understand the intricacies of both power and vulnerability, he finds counsel and solidarity. These dialogues peel back layers of his soul, exposing aspirations and fears, desires and duties, intertwining like a tapestry, yet to find its final form. Here lies the tension, an electric pulse between his public persona crafted with care and command, and the private identity, yearning to breathe without restraint. Allies gather, a mix of confidantes and reformists, their spirits alight with visions of what could be. They speak of transparency and change, concepts that sit uneasily beside tradition's austere face. Together, they craft plans shrouded in bold intent, their discussions a delicate dance of diplomacy and defiance. Through these exchanges, William's resolve solidifies, no longer a latent dream, but a tangible reality within reach. Yet not all are in harmony with this path. Resistance simmers beneath the surface, figures enshrined in the old guard, ready to protect the status quo at any cost. Emotional confrontations become inevitable, raw and unfiltered. In these heated exchanges, the air thickens with centuries-old loyalty clashing against the prickling modernity of evolution. Each confrontation unearths a tempest within William, threatening to unravel or fortify the very foundation upon which he stands. Heartbeats echo louder than the spoken word, a symphony of conviction and challenge. As truth burrows its way into these sacrosanct halls, the stirrings of discord herald the birth of hope. As the dust of confrontation settles, the paths to William's future leadership and the monarchy's reformation unveil themselves, veiled in both peril and promise. Here lies the opportunity to forge a legacy not chained to history's errors, but invigorated by a commitment to renewal, a monarchy reborn. The stakes are boundless, and the course is fraught with uncertainty. Yet the very act of embracing this truth offers a glimpse of salvation. As the monarch grapples with self-realization, external forces converge, sensing an opportunity to seize pivotal moments of change within the royal sphere. As dawn breaks over a new era, the chance to reshape a legacy emerges from the ruins of exposed secrets. In this pivotal chapter of history, the monarchy faces the choice to remain mired in tradition or embrace transformation, with Prince William at the helm. The spirit of innovation challenges the precedent set by centuries gone by, inviting a fresh royal narrative. The air buzzes with anticipation, a call for a new dawn. As the very fabric of royal existence yearns for reinvention, modernity demands its tribute, and the monarchy stands at the precipice of change, where whispers among advisors are infused with both caution and fervent hope. The discourse is no longer bound to private chambers. It spills into parliaments and cafes, igniting conversations that question the relevance of royal rituals in the age of technology and rapid progress. The weight of golden crowns, once the symbol of authority, feels both a burden and a beacon. The palace avenues, steeped in history, murmur with the echoes of a monarchy suffused in age-old traditions, yet tantalizingly close to rebirth. The vision of a future where royal presence aligns with the pulse of contemporary society emerges, not as a distant dream, but an impending reality. This transformation must honor the sanctity of history while inviting transparency like never before. As discussions weave through the corridors of power, they challenge royal roles and ceremonial splendor. The realm of public service, once seen solely as duty, now whispers of genuine engagement and service to all people. Each potential change is a delicate weave, a tapestry that must hold strong against the winds of social change without unraveling the essence of the monarchy. There is a renewed focus on humility, a shift from opulent splendor to a dignified presence among the people. Every wave of reform is a ripple in the pond of tradition, unsettled yet awe-inspiring. Intellectual voices rise in this critical dialogue. Thinkers and reformists striving to redefine the monarchy's place in an evolving world. Their visions converge on a monarchy that embraces change without losing its storied identity. They outline paths where tradition meets reform and legacy clasps hands with innovation. Each conversation shines a light, offering possibilities of a realm where dignity and duty coexist with a resolute commitment to the present and future. This shift reflects the undeniable stirrings in public perception. Once unyielding expectations begin to soften and reform, society's gatekeepers of monarchy, a people once held in awe, turn their gaze toward a dynamic transformation. A collective consciousness awakens, driving the monarchy to shed past vestures, to adapt and grow with an ever-changing world. As the royal lineage sheds its past vestments, the monarch's public trials pave the way for unforeseen alliances that could shape its destiny. The destiny of a reimagined monarchy is no longer a story waiting to be told. It is an odyssey unfolding, driven by the inexorable momentum of change. With history's weight anchoring their journey, the royal family strides towards uncharted territory. In merging tradition with strategy, unforeseen alliances form, binding royal blood with unexpected confidants. In crafting a future reminiscent of neither past's shadows nor perfection's embrace, the monarchy carves a pathway for generations yet to come. A revolution beckons within palatial walls. The family leans into this new dawn, fostering a web of strategic partnerships both within the Commonwealth and the broader global community. With Prince William at the helm, the monarchy envisions a fusion of regal traditions and avant-garde initiatives. Commonwealth countries, once seen merely as realms to oversee, now emerge as partners with equal footing, collaborating on ventures that champion sustainability, education, and cultural exchange, fortifying bonds with every project undertaken. The revelation bestows upon the royal household a fresh narrative, a proclamation that their enduring legacy lies not in DNA alone, but in the alliances they nurture and the goodwill they cultivate. New roles are forged to symbolize a redefined royal presence, ambassadors of modernity, never faltering in their duty yet resonating with the cries of change. This recalibration fuels collaborative projects that elevate public service to an art form of global unity and understanding. Within the family, personal growth emerges from the shadows of uncertainty. Bound by recent revelations, they find in each other a formidable strength. Reconciliation and resilience mark their evolution as internal reflections transform into outward advocacy and leadership. They stand as paragons of adaptability, ready to face the challenges of historical purists who whisper criticisms, a wary public slowly won over by deeds rather than words, and political hurdles that demand deft navigation. In an era where the monarchy's relevance is perpetually questioned, Prince William emerges not just as a figurehead, but a unifier and innovator, leaving indispensable imprints on crowds and communities both near and afar. His vision provokes thought, prompting dialogues that seek harmony between convention and reform. With composure and foresight, he strides into a role shaped not by his lineage, but by his actions, invoking faith in an institution that steadily reinvents itself. As this chapter of revolutionized royalty unfurls, it shapes social and political landscapes worldwide with ripples of change that stir new conversations. Monarchical recalibration transcends borders, breathing life into ancient traditions with pragmatic vigor. It extends an invitation to the public, pledging a future of hopeful possibilities and renewed relations, a dawning era where the ruling realm mirrors the world's vast tapestry of aspirations. As the dust settles on this era of transformation, the legacy being forged calls out with steadfast hope, heralding the dawn of an unprecedented royal future. It is an invitation, a promise, and above all, a testament to the enduring power of reinvention amidst the pages of history.